A shadow shall fall over the universe, and evil will grow in its path, and death will come from the skies. Uh, yeah, so heavy metal. I was a big fan of heavy metal as a kid. I loved it. I saw it on, caught a glimpse of it on Cinemax one day, and it scared me. I like the scene where like I was probably in like third or fourth grade, and like the scene where like Din's getting like thrown back, across the galaxy into some other dimension or whatever. Like that really that disturbed me. And then it had nudity in it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this movie's dirty. This is the dirtiest episode of He-Man I ever did see. Uh, but no, and then I eventually saw it in one of the, when there was that whole time when there was no like VHS release, so they would show it in like midnight screenings, and I saw it at midnight screening. And gosh, man, maybe in like sixth or seventh grade in an audience full of like frat guys and dudes with mullets. To give you an idea of the time period, one of the frat guys, there's a guy with a mullet, and he had a Nelson T-shirt for this group called Nelson, and some other guy was like some frat guy with like a turnaround baseball cap was like, "Hey man, Nelson sucks," and he's like, "Oh yeah, well who do you like?" And he's like, Body Count, man. Someday you'll see the light. Body Count was that Ice-T heavy metal group. They're still doing around doing stuff, I think. So, but yeah. So that was the kind of audience too, and it was just really rowdy and fun. Like a big laughs from the movie. Like when the queen is like, "Gods, take him to my chambers," and the one guard is like, "Ah, geez, not again." Big laugh, just huge laughs, and this poor guy, the poor manager, had to like do a little intro to the movie, and he had to get up and like he was just this like shy kind of bookish man, and he was like, "No, if you take your ticket stub to Steak and Shake, you'll get a free you'll get $2 off of a milkshake." And then, like while he's trying to do this, the some frat guy is like, "Suck it," So he's like, "No, if you take your ticket stub, suck it, suck it," like, and so that was the kind of audience. It was the perfect audience to see this movie too, because it's a rowdy movie, which has got, for some reason, uh, it's the a lot of the criticism of it comes from the mistaken the intention, which is that people, they want this like kind of serious Miyazaki movie, or like some kind of like uh, serious minded LSD trip movie. It's gonna blow you away, and it's like, no, it's a rowdy, raunchy movie. It's a comedy. It's about dirty. It is. Oh, that was the other thing too. Before the movie started, uh, like a lot of the audience was just chanting like cartoon tits, and that's the vibe. That's the vibe of how you should watch heavy metal, is it chanting cartoon tits in a weird way. Like the South Park episode totally gets it, but the guys in the commentary don't get it at all. They're just like, well, that movie kind of sucks. It's like, we just made a whole episode about why it was awesome, dude. So yeah, so yeah, I love it. Love it. And then also I believe this Blu-ray set here contains the sequel, Heavy Metal 2000, which I like as well, although it's nowhere near as good, and it feels like it was made to be like sold at FYE in the mall, like those for-your entertainment stores that are like, I believe, defunct now. But it feels like that's exactly the kind of like store you would buy, like made exactly for FYE, for your entertainment. So yeah, heavy metal. Listen to the sounds of heavy metal. Oh, it's kind of weird too that there's not a lot of like actual heavy metal in the movie, but I mean, what is there is pretty awesome. I mean, I guess the Black Sabbath mob roll scene is like the ultimate, to the council chambers, yeah. So if they ever make a sequel to heavy metal, or whatever, a new one, I would like to throw out this obstruction, which is that they can't reference the Tarna sequence, because it's like, no, you cannot put another girl on a flying lizard with a sword. You just can't do it. You have to think of something cooler or new, and not because I like the Tarna sequence, but it's like the whole like heavy metal 2000. It's just kind of a regurgitation of that. It's like, no, do new stuff, but yeah. Oh, you know what? I'll say one more thing about Heavy Metal 2000. I'm not really a metal head, but like I think the soundtrack is actually really good. I think the musical score by Frederick Taugorn, who's not really uh, that well known of a composer, but I think he did like the score to Fortress, maybe, and some other stuff. But I think he does a really good, uh, like kind of a continuation of like the themes and stuff in the first one, and then the heavy metal music in it is actually, I think, pretty good too. Um, but that's just me. That's my opinion. All right, metal.